My name is Françoise Niyigena, a young Rwandan who recently decided to come back home, where I worked and lived in the US for several years. In fact, you might remember, last time I saw you was during Rwanda Day in Washington, D.C. I will also say what I do want to share. I think listening to you, I was really inspired to share a few thoughts as a young Rwandan speaking to my fellow young Rwandans. And what I really want to say is, since coming home, I've been getting one question over and over again: why did you decide to come home? Kuki watashe mu Rwanda ugasiga amahirwe muri Amerika? So I really want to address that. And there are two key reasons that I want to share. I hope you'll allow me like 2 minutes, if that's okay. The first is my story, a story of access to opportunity that I could never have dreamed of, even in my wildest dreams. Navukiye mu Ngororero, aho benshi bazi nka Kibirira, mbura ababyeyi banje nkiri bato, nderwa n'umukecuru wanje, n'abandi bavandimwe n'abagiraneza bandi. But despite growing up in extreme poverty, that did not stop me from having access to opportunities. It did not stop me from ranking top in the country, becoming Hubitoicheza through the Imbuto Foundation program. Thank you, thank you. And after that, being selected into the prestigious Bridge to Rwanda program that some of you know of. Going from there to getting a full scholarship into the US, into a top university in the US, getting to work at Harvard University, and even getting admitted into Harvard and other Ivy Leagues for my master's program. So I say this not to brag, but to speak to the kind of opportunities that many young people in this country have had access to, thanks to your leadership that has allowed us to have access to opportunities, not because of our age, or gender, where we come from, or the different identities. And so young people, as you look around, for example, the different ministers that you see, so many young ministers. And so for me, when I see these young ministers, see what the country has trusted many young people to do, I am inspired, and that's why I decided to come home. Thank you. Now, the second reason that I'll walk through very quickly is our visionary leadership. Many of you know Vision 2020, Vision 2020. Nagendaga mu cyaro nkabona akabotike Vision 2020 nyirakana gato. And now we're living in this dream that seemed like crazy. So as we look to Vision 2050, and let me just briefly paint a picture for you. Ejo bundi 2023 naratashye nza mu Rwanda, so to give my family a holiday, mbavana mu Ngororero, nkodesha imodoka, nkodesha inzu nziza Nyarutarama, nice view. Nuko one of the days, I took my grandma for a walk around Kigali Heights Convention Center. Turazenguruka buhoro buhoro, tugeze around Convention Center, butangira kwira amatara araka. My grandma ahita avuga ngo ngo u Rwanda rwabaye ijuru. And so for me, that struck me because that's how far we've come. That's how far we've come with the leadership that has built a country that many of our parents, our grandparents, literally call a heaven on earth. So as we think about Vision 2050, the future of our country, I just want to encourage my fellow young people that our leadership has given us opportunities and has shown us that we're capable of anything. We've been reminded today that there's nothing that we cannot do, and we're unstoppable as young Rwandans. So I hope that we carry that with us today and make sure that Vision 2050 becomes the dream that we saw happen in 2020, but even better. Thank you.